What's up, guys? Carlos from Low Budget Collectors coming at you guys with another Hot Toys figure review. As you can see, today I'm going to be reviewing Baba Yaga, the Boogeyman, John Wick. So I want to start off by saying John Wick is hands down one of my favorite figures. I've said that for a lot of the reviews, but if you guys seen our top 5 figures of 2020, this figure didn't come out in 2020, so obviously it wasn't on that list. But if I was to make like a top 10 figures of all time that I have in my collection, this figure would easily be in the top 5. Maybe even top. Yeah, I would say maybe the top 5. This figure embodies 100% Keanu Reeves in John Wick. I mean, if you wanted to get a figure that looked exactly like their counterpart to the movie or show or whatever it is they're making the figure of, this is the one right here. It embodies the look 100%. And the thing that really blew me away was the tailoring on the suit, along with the amount of accessories that we get for this John Wick. It's a lot. So when I go through the accessories, you guys will see. But this figure is really worth it. And in my mind, it's really, if you're a John Wick fan, or even just a Keanu Reeves fan, because he's got a couple movies out there. They have some figures of, that being Bill and Ted, or this one, or even The Matrix. And this one right here, guys, it blew me away seeing it in person. I did not hesitate to pre-order this once it was announced. You know what I mean? It's one of those figures that's a no-brainer. But yeah, without further ado, guys, let's jump right into the accessories. All right, guys, so here we go. Closer look at John Wick real quick. He's got some nice dress shoes on. The pants right here. He's got a belt down there. A vest. This looks amazing, guys. This looks absolutely stunning. And then there it is. Keanu Reeves and John Wick. So let me go over the accessories, because, guys, as you can see right here, got a large amount of accessories to go over. Let me start with the hands. First off, let me go with the hands he's got on here. So we got a trigger finger hand right here. Then on this hand, you've got a grasping hand. So you got those two hands right there. Then you've got the gripping hands right here. There's one right here. So you got a pair of those. Use it for that or some of the other items. Got a splayed open hand right here. For, I guess you could say, for like an action shot. And the detail, guys, it's great. Great on these hands. Got a fist hand if you want John to be throwing some punches, or you just want to get across some anger. And because this guy, in the movie, angry a lot of times. Then we've got another trigger finger. So yes, we have a pair of trigger finger hands. And we've got another one of those gripping hands. Then you've got like a relaxed hand here. A pair of them, actually. The other one. Then we've got some buttons and pegs. So yeah, some of those that are normal with figures like that. Hot Toys is pretty good at sending some extra pegs and some little buttons. So yeah, that, and then this right here, the stand. I know it's just a stand, guys, but it's hard to tell, but the material that they used for the actual base is it's weird. It's hard to describe it. It's I honestly I can't even think of what word to use to describe it, but it's it's amazing. It the texture on it is a little bit different, but just the way it looks overall is just I love it. All right, and pretty much what you guys have been waiting for, the guns. I mean, there's some other things right here too, but I'll go over those at the end. So we got some guns right here. So I want to start off with this right here. We're gonna do the pistols first. So this is a Kimber 1911. He uses this in John Wick 2, and it comes in the exact same case that you see in the movie. And at first, I thought, oh, maybe it's just gonna be in the case because we got 3 other pistols. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been mad if it was just in there, but no, this thing comes up. And what I love about this, the slide goes back. You can you can get that right there, and the hammer can go back too. That is just so cool. The little attention to detail, but the paint on this is amazing. I mean, I know it's just a basic Kimber 1911, but paint apps on guns, in my opinion, have to be pretty spot on because you can either make them look very toyish or you can make them look realistic like that. And as far as the magazine goes, some silver. See the bullet right in there. And this is going to be tricky one-handed. Commitment. I did it. That was a little difficult because it's so small. I mean, it looks amazing. Then we move down. Now we've got the Turan Tactical Combat Master. This is the Glock 34. So it's the, full-size Glock. And again, I mean, the paint application on this is beautiful. This is exactly what the real-life counterpart looks like in basically just a shrunken down version. And it's hard to tell, and it's going to be hard to get to focus, but on the front sight, Turan Tactical likes to use fiber optics, and they got the little green in there for the fiber optics. It's just, but again, the attention to detail. Got the blackout sights in the back, and again, the slide action. Put that back, and same thing. You got the magazine right here. I'm gonna attempt to put this in here. It should be a little bit easier. Yeah. And to be honest, the only reason why that was easier is because of the mag well. Turan Tactical is really famous for having those flared out magazine wells. It makes reloading a lot easier. And at this scale, it works too. But yeah, so there's that one. Those two. Now moving on to the pistol we first see with John Wick in the first movie, and that's going to be the H&K P30L. Obviously, this is, it's got a compensator on it, but this gun, we're first introduced to John Wick with this right here. Same thing, put that forward. Hammer goes back. Again, I love it. They have that attention to detail to do that. Really looks 100% like the actual pistol. Now time to get to see the magazine. There we go. So it might be a little bit more difficult to get in, just due to the fact that it's a little bit thinner. Boom. Got it in. There we go. And last but not least, we've got the last one from Turan Tactical. This is a Glock 26, so as you could tell, it's their, it's the compact Glock. And even though this is extremely tiny, they got the details down on this one too. It's just amazing, guys. I mean, you can see the fiber optic color on there from the front sight. Push that forward. Push the slide forward. Then got the blackout sights. Compact. This is amazing, guys. All these pistols right here. And you got the little magazine. Same thing. Right here with the bullet being visible. That's cool. Let's see if I can get this one in. It's extremely small. Boom. Got it. All right. So there's all the pistols. And that's more than enough, I think. Yeah, so now on to the shotguns. And this is going to be, I believe it's a KSG Keltec. That's, if I'm not mistaken. But this is how it comes. With an EOTech on there. You can obviously take the EOTech off. What I like about these attachments is they can slide right off. So that's cool. But, so yeah, you got this right here. I mean, nothing fancy. Just looks cool. And yeah, so that's basically it with this one. Nothing special. Yeah. But I will say though, great paint job. Looks amazing. All right, now on to this one, the Taran Tactical Benelli M4. You got a shell right there. This works. Unfortunately, where you load up the shells does not work. It's just painted, but still amazing paint job, amazing detail. And for the main rifle, which is a Taran Tactical TR1 Ultralight, this thing right here is a beast. In real life, in the movie, and for the figure. I mean, you've got the nice stock in the back right there, which is adjustable. The charging handle, guys, does come back. I love that. You got a little micro sight on the side. That might be a Trigicon RMR. I think it is. If I'm not mistaken, this main sight also, this scope right here is also a Trigicon. Might be wrong. But anyways, so you got that right there. For the shell ejection, I think this falls down, guys. Let me take a look real quick. Yeah, it does. And there you go. Look, just again, the attention to detail. Yeah, and I know for any of you guys that are gun enthusiasts, yes, this is a key mod rail. I know that when key mods came out, they were extremely popular, but M-Lock basically is the way to go. If you're a key mod fan, sorry, but yeah, M-Lock is just way better. But yeah, you got a little grip right there. Again, I believe it looks like a copy of probably like a Magpul stubby. You got a 2-point sling right there. I mean, the selector switch does not move. I mean, it's extremely tiny, so that'd be crazy if it did. The bolt release obviously does not need to work. But this gun right here is amazing. It does come with 2 mags right here, and they do have the clamp. But you can see the bullets right in there. And yes, this can be loaded. There you go. So those are all of the weapons, guys. And down to the smaller accessories. We've got the markers. We've got one opened where you can see the thumbprint. Got one closed. Then we've got all of the coins. You've got more than enough coins that you would need to display them with. 2 extra shotgun shells. A knife. And the infamous pencil. So, again, guys, John Wick, this figure comes with so much. You're not going to be disappointed. Just, I mean, look at all these things right here. I mean, the options you have are endless. But let me give you guys a closer look at John Wick and his articulation. All right, guys, as you saw, those it was a lot of accessories. This John Wick just comes with so much, and it's really worth it, to be honest. But yeah, let me go over the articulation. Go ahead and get started. Start off with the head right here. So he can look up an okay amount. I mean, not much. Look down pretty good. As far as side some pivot. Side to side. Okay. Turn pretty well. So not too much, but not. You know what I mean? It's just right. All right, and now from there, shoulders. You can get out to about there, which is just shy of 90. Now, when it comes to rotating up, it's not a whole lot. This is where it gets a little tricky. So, we've got up about there. You have to be a little careful. The back right there, it gets not bunched up, but it gets a little bit stressed right here on the seams. So you gotta be careful. You have butterfly joint in there. Some bicep swivel. The elbow does bend past 90, which is perfect for any figure that's going to be, wielding guns or weapons at all. You really want that figure to have an elbow bend past 90, so he can definitely do that. Now the hand, it's the same as any Hot Toys. Most. The peg right there, and you just position that however you'd like, so you can have it either go up and down or side to side. Since I have this as his gun holding hand, I have it going up and down. It's gonna be hard to tell, but I had him in a pose for a long time where his elbow was bent, and it didn't really mess up the suit, to be honest with you. It bunched up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Now, here's one of the downsides to having a lot of clothing. It's just, I guess, if you want to keep it looking uniform, and that's when it comes to like the ab crunch. He does have a really good ab crunch for all layers, but you just gotta be careful with like the pants. Sometimes they move a little bit out of the way. His tie. So you just gotta be careful with those things. But he can bend pretty good. A lot of that is at the waist. He does have an upper ab crunch, but because of all the layers, it doesn't move a whole lot. Back, not really. That's about it. He can twist fairly good, I think, for again being clothed, but unfortunately, because you have all these layers in there, and everything's tucked and all that, you don't really want to push that too much. But yeah, so you can, but again, I don't really want to get those things unraveled. Legs, that's pretty good, I think, for again having some, sewn together pants, and the pants haven't, thank God, knock on wood, have not ripped or anything, but this is about 90, and you can feel where it is not tight, but it is a little tight on the seams, so you don't really want to push past that. Now the knee bent, and what I like about it is that it's a very stiff knee joint, so it's not loose, and that right there, past past 90. So if you want to get him into some epic poses, you can. That is good. Again, be careful when you're trying to put these back, because these pants can kind of get caught in the joints. He does have an upper thigh swivel right there. You can see that. So that's good. Now the ankles. The ankles are pretty interesting. So as you can see, let me push this leg up. It's got some socks on right there. But no, so the boots, sorry, not the boots, but the dress shoes do shift back and forth. And what I like is that allows for different poses. Now that allows you to move this all the way up, you know what I mean? And or again, you can just move it back into a more natural and get some decent posing. But I like that you can do that with this. You can basically move this around to however you'd like. You know what I mean? Like, so you get that all the way there, all the way there, whatever it is you need. You got some very good pivot for a shoe figure. Turn really well. So again, pretty good articulation down here. And that's ultimately it, guys. For the articulation, as you see, it's not bad for a figure that has tailored clothes on. I don't know how extensive the tailoring is, but I will consider it tailoring. But for a figure that has that, not bad at all. And I mean, pretty decent or even good articulation in my opinion. So yeah, let me throw some of these things on here real quick. I would say this is right here, guys. This is a pretty extreme pose. Yeah, this is a pretty extreme pose for John Wick. You got him kneeling down right here. All right, this is one of the most difficult poses that you're gonna be getting him in, and I know that kind of sucks because it's John Wick, and you know he is shooting a lot of people in the movie, but it's ultimately going to be because of his suit. As you can see right here, it's really being stretched to the boundaries with the seam. I'm not going to keep it in this pose for very long. If you're going to put him in a pose like this, I would only really recommend if you're going to do it for pictures or anything like that. It's not really wise to keep him like this. And again, it's just because I would not try to run the risk of tearing anything. But you can get into that two points of contact on that pistol, and it looks amazing. But again, not a pose you want to keep him in for a long period of time. Here he is with the H&K P30L, and I just didn't really want to put him back in that pose, to be honest. Sorry, with the two points of contact, but pistol fits perfect in his hands. Here he is with the smallest pistol, and that's going to be a Taran Tactical, it's the Glock 26. That one barely fits in his hand. Again, it's a smaller pistol, so that's pretty accurate. I've shot one myself. Doesn't even fit in my hand. I mean, get in an okay pose. You know, usually if you have one of these, you have it for concealment, and you can try to convey that. You know, with him pulling the shirt pulling away the layers. You know, trying to expose that pistol. Take it out of concealment. Unfortunately, John Wick doesn't come with any holsters or anything like that, but that's why I did mention earlier. You know, if you have any customs, you can do a lot of different things with markets out there that have like tactical gear for 6 scale figures, and it's something I've contemplated myself, and I might just one day do that. So we got him right here with the Keltec, looking pretty cool. Got John Wick here with the Taran Tactical Benelli M4. Again, looking pretty cool. Alright, have him with the knife here. It's honestly just laying in his hand. I can hardly see, but it's the same thing with the pencil right here. It's just kind of laying in there. Right. And now I've got John Wick in a pose with the last weapon he's got. And That's the Turan Tactical TR1 Ultralight. But let me try my best to get him into a tactical shooting stance. Like actually aiming down sights. Really the best I can get, and that looks pretty cool, to be honest, guys. That looks really good. John Wick in action. Alright guys, so I mean that basically is gonna wrap it up for John Wick. This figure, I'm extremely happy that it's in my collection. I'm not gonna part ways with it. Like I said, I might even do a custom. If I do, I'll bring you guys along the journey. But I know right now he's kind of been sold out. It's John Wick, you know, extremely popular. But again, this figure, guys, easily can be a top 5 figure, even top 10 if you know you have other figures. But this is a top of the line figure, no doubt about that. One of the best quality figures that Hot Toys has put out. Accessory wise, an endless amount of accessories for different options, different poses. Again, I love this figure. I get to put this John Wick figure in basically any and every pose that I can think of, that I've seen in the movies, and for me that's a big positive. You know, being able to do that is good. I know you do have to move around a little bit with the clothing, but it's always a give and take. But again, one of my favorite figures. I can't say anything else about it. That'll, you know, that just the fact that it's great, and you know, I'm pretty sure anyone would love to have this John Wick figure in their collection. So yeah, guys, when it comes to these figures, if you guys do want to pick one up, make sure you go to Superbad Action Figures on Instagram. They're going to be in the link, and there's going to be a link to their Instagram in the description down below. You know, check them out. I know there might not be any John Wicks on their page as far as figures, because again, I can tell you they do update everyone with a lot of the newer figures that are coming out. But I do know they do have one there. So, I mean, when it comes to these figures, it's, you know, first come, first serve. So if anyone is able to go down to Frank & Sons and you want to get a John Wick, I know they have one. So make sure you guys reach out to them, especially if you want to get this figure, because I know it's hard to get right now. A lot of places are sold out. And I know I think the wait list is full on Sideshow's website. So we don't really know when that'll open back up. Sideshow, you know, once their wait list is full, it takes a while for even those to be fulfilled. So who knows when the next one will be out. I'm sorry about the noise. I know there's some people moving out, things being done over next door. But besides that, yeah, make sure you check out Superbad, guys. Again, that's where myself and my brother, that's where we get all of our figures from. We get all of our figures from Superbad Action Figures. Best pricing. Again, they're legit. They're an official retailer for Sideshow Collectibles. So they're going to get you guys the best quality and the best prices for your figures. And don't forget to check us out on Instagram for updates. We do updates. And also, this is how this figure was reviewed. We did a little polling. It was between John Wick and Black Widow, and people wanted to see John Wick, so he won polling. So I'll probably be putting another polling up for the next review, seeing what figures you guys want to look at. But yeah, follow us on Instagram. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you guys later.